in this video I'm going to show you some of the improvements we've made to linking in takt. So here I've got a bunch of one-off tasks that I've created, and by default when you create a one-off task it has a constraint applied, and this allows you to just quickly kind of drag the tasks around to reposition them wherever you want. But as you add links, the constraint will be removed and then the tasks will be driven by logic. So before you would add links through the side panel, and that's still available, but what we've added is a quicker way to do it through the schedule as well. So when you select a task, you'll see that there's two nodes on either side of that task. If you click and drag from that node into another task, you can create a link. So if you drag from the left, you'll be creating a predecessor link, and if you drag from the right, you'll be creating a successor link. And you can kind of drag as many links as you want. While they're dashed like this, it means that they're in a pending state, so the logic won't be applied yet. So I can also remove links just by selecting one and hitting delete. And then I'll kind of drag that guy back out again. But as soon as you're happy with your links, you hit enter, and then your links will be applied. And that's basically the functionality of adding links by dragging those nodes. We've also made it easier to create overlaps. So if I drag from this task into this one, if I drag into the first node, it says no overlap just above the orange task. But as I drag through them, you'll see that it kind of changes to overlap 1 day, overlap 2 days. If I drop it on overlap 2 days, you'll see that the dashed line has a 2 on it, which signifies an overlap. And then when I apply that change, you'll see that the overlap has been applied. If you want to change that overlap, you just kind of drag that task again, and then you can kind of reposition it and hit enter, and then we have a 1 day overlap. So yeah, that's kind of the basic functionality of adding links. There is some kind of quick shortcuts that you can do to do things a bit faster. One is as you are dragging a link, so let's say I want to link this rough-in electrical to these two tasks quickly. If you hold down the shift key, the link gets attached to your cursor. So you can just simply kind of click on as many tasks as you want, and you can create multiple links quickly like that. If you have a task that is off the screen, so let's say there's a task like way over to the right here. As you click and drag and you reach the edge of the screen, it'll start scrolling, and that will let you kind of find that task which is off the screen there. I'm gonna just hit apply there, and that'll bring them over. You can also do the same with milestones. So if I select the milestone, I can drag them down, and I can attach the milestone to the task like that. If clicking and dragging is not your style, you can also do the same functionality by clicking on a node. This is quite useful if you're using a trackpad, for example. So I could click on the node here. It'll grey out the tasks that I'm not allowed to link to, and then basically I would just kind of click on other nodes to create those tasks. Yeah, and that's kind of the basic improvements that we've made to linking, just to make things a little bit faster. Hi, in this video I'm going to quickly explain some of the improvements we've made to adding one-off tasks and milestones. So the first thing I'm going to do is zoom in quickly, just so we can see things a bit better. You do that by holding the control key and using the mouse wheel to zoom in and out. And then up in the menu here, you see we have add task and add milestone. Those haven't moved, but now they have shortcut keys associated with them. So the shortcut to add a task is T. So if I hit T, I can choose where I want the start of my task to be, and then I click and drag to define the duration. So I'm going to make this one 4 days. As soon as you let go of the mouse, you're able to quickly rename your task. So I'll call that one rough and electrical. If you right click, you can also bring up a menu which will let you do a lot of actions. You can do this on the canvas or on a task itself. So I did it in the canvas. I clicked add task, and then I will add my second task here, and I'll use the shortcut key T to add my third task at the end. And I'm going to spell that one a bit wrong just on purpose. So now I have my 3 tasks created. If you right click on a task, you can bring up the menu, and from here you can define the colors. So I can quickly go through and choose the colors of my tasks. If you double click on a task, you can rename it. So let me just fix that weird spelling mistake from before. And if you hover over the right hand edge of a task, you can change the duration of the task without having to go to the side panel. We've also made some improvements to how copying and pasting works. So it's a bit simpler now. Basically, you'll just select your task and Control-C to copy, and then the task is then kept in the keyboard, in the clipboard. And as you click Control-V, you can paste it wherever you want. And you can do the same with multiple tasks. So you can see how we can kind of build out our tasks a little bit faster than we could before. And we've also made the same changes to milestones. So you can use the Add Milestone button, or you can simply press the M key. You can place the milestone where you want. You can give it a name right away, and then my milestone is created. You can also bring up the same menu to make changes to the milestone there, and you can double click either on the milestone or on the actual name up at the top here. Yeah, and that's the basic functionality improvements of adding and editing one-off tasks and milestones.